The Eastern Cape Transport Department says it's attending with urgency matters relating to scholar transport here in the province. This after a section of Santaco told its members that they should down tools and not ferry learners to schools starting from today. This is relating to over unpaid monies, while the department has cited a technical issue with regards to that and saying that all monies are available and has called for patience amongst the taxi association. A number of learners have been affected by this. But let's get reaction from the Transport Department. I'm now joined by its spokesperson, Unati Pingose. A very good morning to you, sir. Thanks a lot for joining us. Seemingly, we're not even far from of finding solutions with regards to this matter of scholar transport. But what's the latest from your side?
In actual fact, we are close if we haven't found a solution already. The biggest challenge that we had was the inavailability of money. Money is now available. It was just the issue of technical glitches that saw us unable to pay for December invoices. Remember, we had spoken about November and December, which were unpaid. November has been processed. We had some challenges with December, and starting from today, those challenges have been addressed, and we've received some confirmation from some of the operators that indeed they have received their money, and we are quite pleased with that. And we wish to state very clear the fact that the issue of scholar transport is bigger than any individual interest. The MEC for Transport in the Eastern Cape, Mr. Condenat, has made it very clear that the department has got a responsibility to pay its service providers, and that payment has got to happen within 30 days. However, due to unforeseen circumstances, technical glitches like we highlighted, some of which are induced by issues of power outages from time to time. But we are on top of that, and we are committing that all those that are owed by the department will certainly receive what is due to them. But the MEC has implored upon taxi operators, particularly those who are in the scholar transport, to ensure that their right to protest does not infringe upon the rights of those learners who have a right to learn, and the rights of the public in general. So we are calling on them to actually work with us and understand that there will be glitches from time to time, but we are committing that what is due to them will be paid to them. Any service provider, whether you know scholar transport or any other service that you may have rendered to the department.
So while you are saying that by Friday you are committing that all should be solved, so the move by this faction of Santaco was a bit rushed, would you say?
It was, and not only that, it was also disappointing because it had been communicated that we do have some technical glitches, and these technical glitches did not lead to a month delay. It was a delay of just a couple of days, and like I said, payments have been received, and we have received confirmation from some operators that they have received their monies. That is why we are saying it was rather disappointing that a message that was communicated has resulted into some disruptions in schools. So yeah, it is indeed disappointing.
So as we speak now, has the majority been paid? And coming to this, since they are now on strike and learners have been affected, thousands of them, what do you say to them in them embarking on this strike?
Look, we wish to take our hats off to the majority of the scholar transport operators who were not a part of this strike action that is taking place, because we've checked in quite a number of places right across the province to see the impact of this strike. And we heard that in areas like Yokebecha, like Mtata, I'm talking about some of the major centers, it was business as usual. And we wish to take our heads off to those who managed to hear the message that we are communicating to them and understood, to those that have now received their monies. And we are saying even to those who are currently on strike now, that what is due to them will certainly be received. They will receive what is due to them. But we are calling upon them to reflect on the decision that they have taken, to reflect on impacting on the future of the learners that were unable to go to school, because this is likely to have a long-term impact on their future. So when we have problems, we generally and always make sure that we communicate. And as was the case now, we did communicate that we were encountering some glitches, and it's not the issue of the unavailability of funds. Funds are there, and we'll make sure that we attend to every claim that is deemed legitimate.
What's the department's long-term solution so that we don't find ourselves here in the next financial year?
In the next financial year, we are moving on to a new contract, a new contract that is informed by the lessons that we've learned from the contracts that is just coming to an end now. And of course, a lot of our payments had been done manually. And within the next financial year, we want to change that and have an automated kind of payment to scholar transport operators. Of course, it's likely to have its own challenges, but we believe that it can't be any worse than what we had experienced over the past 3 years. So we are confident going into the next 3 years that things will change drastically. And we're also encouraged by the response we're getting from would-be scholar transport operators. Those who have attended our briefing sessions, it shows that there is a degree of confidence in scholar transport, and there's a great deal of interest in it. So with all its challenges, those who are in it know that when you have submitted an invoice, and if it's valid, you'll certainly get what is good.
Thanks a lot for your time, sir. Unati Pingose, Eastern Cape Transport Department spokesperson, say that calling for taxi operators who are in the scholar transport business to end their strike because their monies will be paid soon. They, on the other hand, are yet to respond to what the department is saying. Back to you in studio.